Well, the Fort Smith Police Department is building connections and relationships with residents. One way the department is doing that is with a story time event coming up. And we've got officers Robin and Brad and Eric Mitchell here to share a bit more. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Thanks
Great
for
to see
having us.
you.
Yeah,
Of course.
So you got to fill us in on Pawfficer Fuzz, first of all. Can we talk about Pawfficer Fuzz? Where did that idea come from?
So the idea came from our Chief Danny Baker, in 2019. So he wanted something different, another way to connect with the community, and he came up with us getting a cat. And, you know, not just a typical office cat or building cat, he wanted it to be a tool. So Pawfficer Fuzz is used as a tool for us to go to schools, go to events, go to different things. And as you see here today, you bring an animal in.
Yeah.
And it really changes the mood. And especially in law enforcement, you know, there's a lot of perceptions, a lot of things. You know, a lot of people have their guard up when building connections. And, you know, we bring Fuzz in and, you know, it immediately makes us human.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Not just somebody wearing a uniform. We really immediately connect, and it really has, you know, built bridges for us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
When you go into do you go into schools? Do you go all over? Where is it primarily that you're focused with Pawfficer Fuzz?
Yeah, we go into schools a lot. Younger age really loves them, but we come to find out that everybody loves him.
Yeah.
So when he first got released and we started doing the program, I was actually on patrol at the time. Didn't know much, but when I came to this position, everybody asked. It could be a toddler to a grown adult, just where's Fuzz, where's Fuzz? So he's kind of gone far beyond what we ever could imagine what he was going to be capable of as far as interacting with people and building relationships with people.
Yeah, yeah.
Officer Shoptaw is the handler for Pawfficer Fuzz, so he will go home with her at the end of every night. And ever since we got Fuzz, she can't go anywhere in public without, where's Fuzz?
What does that mean for you, and how has that changed your life to take Pawfficer Fuzz home with you?
Well, I love animals anyway, but it's a huge commitment because I've had cats before and all of these things, but now I have a cat that's a police officer and a public figure.
Yeah.
When we launched this program in 2019, we didn't know how it was going to take off, but he went national. He was on the national news, and he even had a little spot on Hallmark Home and Family.
Yeah.
48 Hours has mentioned him. I mean, it is just it's kind of hard to believe the way it has taken off.
It's a big deal.
But I accredit that to the animal.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the way an animal has an impact on everybody.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's really cool to see also, just
It is.
To see how that's blown up and kind of like you said, humanized police officers. I think
It really does. And, you know, we've taken him places, you know, with some different kids events and centers that have focused on kids with special needs and disabilities.
Sure.
And watching that interaction with him, especially if you have a child that is unable to verbally communicate, and they have an interaction with the animal and the child, it'll bring tears to your eyes.
Yeah.
Because that connection, the animal, he knew. And it was very interesting to see, and it just touches our heart. And we know that this program really does make a difference.
Yeah,
Oh,
certainly.
that's great. Can you give us the details on when and where the story time is taking place and how folks can kind of get involved?
Yeah, so story time is going to be the fourth Tuesday of every month with
Okay.
Fort Smith. We partnered with the Fort Smith Main Library, but we're going to branch out to different branches throughout, but it's a recurring event. So Brad can tell you a little more about why we did that.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, so we were actually partnering with the library already and reading and bringing Fuzz to the library about once, twice a year, right? Well, we just figured we were already doing it, and why not make this a reoccurring thing? And so we picked the topics. I talked to the librarian ahead of time, and the first one we did was about safety, right?
Yeah,
Officer
sure.
of Police, introduce ourselves. Next month, we're going to talk about, we're going to read monster books. So that's just
cool.
that's the topic we picked, and so it'll be fun. So.
Yeah, you're always changing up topics.
Yeah, different topics,
Yeah.
like what kids like to read, what they like to listen to, so.
It gives us a chance also to incorporate the furry little guy there when we can.
Yeah.
We have started as kind of a we're going to integrate it somewhat, Pawfficer Fuzz series that we do of children's stories, where we kind of get an opportunity to teach safety lessons or life lessons through a story that features our little local celebrity.
I love
And so that will integrate well with the Storytime event as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Well,
all.
thank you
all
guys
for
so
joining
much.
us.
Thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
you. Absolutely, yes.